Okay, may the best man win.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay, my initiative is 12.
And mine's 10.
So it's me first.
Yes.
Okay, so let's have a look at the scoring cards. Both for Ukraine. Ukraine is going to figure. Okay, I'm going to play the president. And I'm going to take 3 rubles. And then with the Northwestern Federal District, I'm going to place 1 influence at a cost of 2 rubles in Ukraine.
Okay.
So, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to play Germany for placing NATO at a cost of 2. Pay 2. And then I'm going to play Sweden to get 3 coin.
3 euros.
3 euros, yes. That's it. That's me.
Okay, so now we take 2 cards to our hands.
Draw back up. And we move the turn marker to turn 2, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, done the action, draw back up. That's it.
Okay, so let's turn 2.
Okay. Play those 2. 9 was my initiative.
9 initiative also.
Okay. So on a tie, which one goes first? Initiatives. In the case of tie, the player with the highest initiative plays their card first. In the case of a tie, the Europe player goes first. Okay. So I am going to okay, I'm going to play Finland to place influence into the Ukraine, costing 2. And I'm going to play France for the money and collect 4.
Okay, you're very wealthy.
Yeah, I've got a strategy of getting rich. Don't know if it's going to work. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to play the energy sector. That'll give me 3 rubles. We need to match your economic performance.
Yes.
And South Federal District, I will use this to place 2 influence in Ukraine, or add 2 influence, up to 3.
Okay. And draw cards back.
Draw cards. So I draw 1 card. Shuffle my deck.
And we then shift the headline cards along to the current headline. And we place a new headline card. Oh, we choose a new headline card.
Choose a headline card, yeah.
Okay.
We reveal.
Placing I can't draw headline. Yeah, I think we're reveal now, don't we?
Lots of potential scoring opportunities for Russia.
Russia's doing well. Okay, and then we draw cards back up to 3, I think, don't we?
That's correct.
Don't feel like I shuffled this very well. Alright, okay. So then 10 marker moves up.
Choose our initiative cards.
Okay.
Slower decision making in Europe, I see.
Yes.
Russia's very centralised, so.
Okay. I'm at 8.
14.
So you go first.
Okay, so first of all, I will use the president to increase my influence in Ukraine by 3,
Okay.
up to 6. So I take the Ukraine card, put it into my deck, into my discard pile.
Mm-hmm.
And with my second card, Secret Service, I will move an army from South Federal District into North Caucasian Federal District for free, and then I'll spend a ruble to move it further into Georgia.
Okay. Okay.
Turn.
My turn. So I will play Greece for Greece for the European initiative. Got 2.
So adding initiative in Ukraine.
Yeah. And I will play Turkey to add NATO initiative, add another 4, so that put me up to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. So that's it. Then that's the end of that turn, so we draw back up to 4 again.
Turn 4. So we're going to score the Ukraine at the end of the turn.
Okay, so
Okay, so my initiative is 5.
That's 10.
10. You go first.
Yes, that's not good. Okay, so I am going to play Benelux for movement. I'm going to move the Turkish army from there into the Black Sea for free, and then I'm going to pay a coin, pay a euro, and move it into Ukraine, which will reduce you down to 5. And then I'm going to play Spain and Portugal, and I'm going to add +3 to Europe. I think that's +3 to Europe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, NATO is not going to score Ukraine, and currently I'm not going to score Ukraine. Now I could displace your influence in Ukraine if I so chose, but I might play the long game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to play the long game. I'm going to play military-industrial complex to build an army in a federal district, which will be Southern Federal District.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use news media to move that army. Actually moves into Georgia. Georgia's adjacent, so it can move free into Georgia.
Okay.
And we take 2 cards into our hands.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we have to resolve these, don't we? So resolve the headline. So more blue than red, and they're the same. So that's not. So that's lost. And more red than yellow, which you haven't got, so that's lost as well.
So parity in Ukraine.
Yeah. Then shift the headline card. Place a new headline card. Sorry, no, just there. Oh, crikey. Okay.
So, an opportunity for you at last.
Yeah. Okay, and that's, and then we draw another card back up to 3. And move on to turn 5.
So now the focus is on Azerbaijan and Georgia. I'm happy that I've already moved my armies into Georgia. I feel I'm secure there. So.
Yes. Okay. 7.
So my initiative is 12.
Okay, you go first.
So let's address the situation in Azerbaijan. I'm going to play Southern Federal District to place an influence at the cost of 2 rubles into Azerbaijan. And then I will play the President to increase my influence in Azerbaijan by 3 up to 4.
Ow. Okay.
I feel as though the former Soviet states are returning to the fold.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to play Denmark to place an influence dice into Czech, Slovak, and then I'm going to play Austria to add another. I have to pay two euros, so I don't think I'll pay that for placing that, and then I'm going to add 3 to taking it up to 4. Actually, I should get the Ukraine card into my discard pile, shouldn't I? Because I'm up to 5 in Ukraine.
And we should also check the situation in the Black Sea. So the player with the highest total influence in Eastern Balkans, Georgia and Ukraine, minimum 5, takes the Black Sea card. So that is
it's me, I think, isn't it?
your card. Yeah.
So is it this minimum single one, or is it EU and combined? I play with the highest total influence.
Well, the
so
Europe
total,
has...
isn't it? Yeah, so I'm at 11 and you're at 9. So I'll put it on the European side or the NATO side?
The EU side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but EU has the higher total. So.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I just played my two, haven't I? So you played yours already, so it's the end of that.
Yeah, we take 2 more cards into our hand.
Yeah, I've got to reshuffle my deck now.
And move on to turn 6. So we're going to score in Azerbaijan and Georgia at the end of this turn.
Yeah.
I'm feeling confident in the Caucasus region.
Okay, we'll play ST.
So
that's 13.
Oh, 7 initiative.
We'll go first.
You were determined to go first.
I wasn't really, but those those were the choices I had. So I am going to place paid 2 to put European influence into Poland. And then I'm going to play United Kingdom for adding 4 influence to take that up to 5.
So you're preparing the Visegrad group.
Yeah. Which will put the Polish card into my hand as well. Into my discard pile. Okay.
Okay, so I'm looking to increase my influence in Azerbaijan, for which I will play energy sector. I have 2 influence there, and that will give me the the Azerbaijan card into my discard pile.
Okay.
Now,
are you done?
That was my first card. I am going to play an advantage card. This is Zapad exercise. It allows me to place an army for free in the Baltic Sea.
Yep.
Advantage card is used. My second action is my Ukraine card. So I will use this to place 1 influence in Poland at a cost of 2 rubles. And you have a reaction with this card, response to Russian agitation.
Yeah.
You can increase the EU or NATO influence in Ukraine by 1 to a maximum of 5. So that will have no effect.
No effect.
Already,
that's fine. I think
already responded to my agitation.
You've now gained control of the Black Sea as well, because Russia wins ties in the Black Sea.
Okay.
And we're both on 11 now. So you get the Black Sea card.
Okay. Okay, so I'm now able to build an army in the Black Sea at a cost of 3 rubles without taking any action. And in the Baltic Sea, you have 5 influence in the Baltic Sea, which is enough to gain you the Baltic Sea card.
Okay, yeah.
So, I have a feeling you've given up in the Black Sea region and now.
Not necessarily, but yeah, we shall see how things develop. Okay.
So, we fill up our hands to 4 cards.
Yeah. We've got resolve, haven't we? So, resolve the headline. Azerbaijan with 6. You've
6
got that.
influence.
Georgia with 2 onwards. You got both of those.
So that's 4
so you,
victory points for Russia.
do you hold on to those cards? Or do you discard them and just put the points up there now?
We can discard them.
Yeah. Okay. So, resolve, shift headlines, place a new headline card.
The opportunities for Europe are increasing.
Yes,
So,
good. Okay.
The Orange Revolution is primed.
Yes. Okay. And so that's placing your cards and then draw back up to.
Okay, so we go on to turn 7.
Yeah. Right.
So lots of points for forming the Visegrad group. If I'll have to
Yes.
deny you the opportunity, if at all possible. I feel decision making in Russia is much simpler than it is in the European Union.
I think there's more cards in the European Union. Yeah. I think the deck's bigger, isn't it? I think you've only got 7 initial cards. Okay.
It's also the benefit of centralised decision making.
Yeah, that's it. Right, okay, so I've chosen mine.
So my initiative is 12.
And mine is 12. So I'll go first again, won't I?
You go first, you break the ties as the Europe player.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to play my advantage Europe card first. Pay up to €3 for each one spent. Increase the influence in a region by 2. Actually, I think I might, if you're okay, I think I might play my cards first, because you can play these at any time in your turn, can't you?
Yes.
Yes, I think that would benefit. So I'm gonna play. Actually, reading it won't have mattered. Actually, I'll play this one first. I'm sorry, I'm getting run. I had it planned, so I'm gonna play this first, so I can pay.
Those ministerial meetings in
No,
the EU.
it's the bureaucrats, you see. So I can pay up to 3 and get 2 influence in a region. So I'm going to put this one up to 2, which put it up to 6. I'm going to put this one up to 2, take that up to 6. And I can place, it says even if there is none, so I can put 2 into Hungary. So that's played that event card. And then I'm going to play my 2 cards. So then I'll play Germany to increase the influence up to 6 there. And then I'm going to play Portugal and Spain to get and pay 2 more to place influence into the Western Balkans. So that's all that paid. Hence the need for accumulating all the cash earlier.
Well, you've spent the EU budget very quickly.
Blown the budget, yes.
Okay. I'm going to play Northwestern Federal District.
So I'm going to take those cards as well. Czech, Poland and Hungary.
And I'm going to use that card to move my army from the Baltic Sea into Poland, which will reduce your influence in Poland to 5.
I don't seem to have a... Have I already taken the Polish card? I think I got it earlier, didn't I? Yeah.
Yes, I think you already took the whole, so you need the Hungary and Czech. Yeah,
Czech and Hungary, yeah.
I'll play Secret Services to increase my influence in Poland to 4.
Okay.
And that's the end of the action phase, so I'm going to shuffle my deck. Take 2 cards.
Yeah, so. Okay, do we need to move the turn marker on?
Yeah, turn 8.
Okay, I'm going to play those two.
My initiative is 5.
Mine's 6.
Ooh.
That's quite low, isn't it? So I'll go first. Oops. So, for the Black Sea, for the control of the Baltic Sea, NATO can move an army in Germany, Denmark, Norway, Sweden or Poland one space without taking an action.
Mm-hmm.
So, separate place, isn't it? I'll move into Poland and take your army away.
Conflict at last.
Yeah. Then I'm going to play Norway for +3 into the Western Balkans. You know, I need European stuff there. And then I'm going to play the Ukraine for +1 into Poland. And you get a reaction, but I think it's only for NATO. If you use the card for the NATO action, Russia can build an army, but I've used it for an EU action, so there's no reaction.
No reaction. Okay, so I'm looking at denying you the Visegrad group. So the way I need to do this is move an army into Poland first of all. So I'll use military industrial complex to move an army from northwestern federal district. That will cost, I'm moving 2 areas, so that costs me 1 ruble.
Yeah. It's down 5, and your army comes off.
And then use media, I'll use that to increase my influence by up to 3 in Poland.
Okay.
Just 6.
Army comes off.
The army, yes.
Okay.
So I'll take the Poland card into my discard pile. And I believe I have more influence now in the Baltic Sea than you do.
Yeah. You get that one.
So domination of both the Black Sea and the Baltic Sea.
That's it. There. And then we need to resolve.
Yeah, refresh our hand to 4 cards. So unfortunately Belarus has been neglected.
Belarus, yes.
I've neglected Belarus, so no points there for me.
That one. And this one, I've got to have more influence on all 3 of them, and I've only got it in 2 of them.
Unfortunately Poland has declined to form the Visegrad group.
That's it. So then shift headlines along. Place a new headline. Okay.
So, opportunity for you in the Baltics and for you in Azerbaijan and Georgia.
Okay.
You'll struggle to gain influence in Azerbaijan.
Yes, I'm not necessarily concerned about getting the points there, but just denying giving you a headline card that you can score from. Okay. And then draw back up to place headline card, discard the 2 headline cards and draw through it because we're now to so we get rid of the rest of these 2 and we draw through these.
I'm glad to deny you scoring opportunities with the Kosovan and Bosnian wars. So we're on to turn 9. Ukraine and Western Balkans.
Okay.
So my initiative is 9.
Mine's 10.
You go first.
Okay. So I'm going to play France to gain €4. And I'm going to play...
Very surprising for France to fill the EU coffers.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? And I'm going to play Sweden for €3. Just collecting some more cash.
Lots of money. Well, I also feel Russian budget needs to be replenished, so energy sector will provide me with 3 rubles. And Southern Federal District will allow me to move an army from Georgia. Moves 2 into Ukraine, the cost of 1 ruble, and will reduce EU influence down to 5.
Okay. Is that both yours then?
Yes, that's
10.
so we're going to be scoring Ukraine and Western Balkans at the end of the turn.
Okay.
So my initiative is 12.
5. So you go first.
So I would like to deny you the scoring opportunity in Ukraine, so I'm going to use Northwestern Federal District to increase Russian influence to 6. And I will use the President to move an army. Let's move an army from Central Federal District for free into Ukraine.
Very strong move. Okay, so I am going to play Greece and pay 2 to place influence into the Balkans. Sorry, the Baltics. And then I'm going to play Finland to increase that up to 4.
So you now have more influence adjacent to the Baltic Sea.
The Baltic back.
So the EU controls the sea.
Okay, so we need to resolve the headlines now, don't we? So Ukraine, nothing, and Western Balkans is nothing. So shift the cards along, and we've got to place 1.
Hungary and Ukraine.
Ukraine, you're almost there with your armies.
Well, Hungary, NATO has no presence at all in Hungary.
No. In Hungary, yeah, that's right. Okay.
So now we have scoring.
We do. We don't draw. We don't. Yeah, we should have drawn up to 4 before we did the headline, shouldn't we?
Perhaps we take a headline card each into our hand, a scoring card.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so scoring now. Yeah, I think it's on the back here, isn't it, for the scoring?
Scoring is, I believe,
10,
a point for every
10-10.
country where you have 6 influence.
Each contested region where the players die of 6, you get 1 prestige. So you've got 2-3, and I've got 2.
Poland, Ukraine, and Azerbaijan.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Prestige. Your player can only score 1 prestige, whether it's Europe or NATO. Once players remove their advantage cards from the game, score 1 prestige for each one they haven't used. So I think we've both used 1, haven't we? So,
yeah, so both scored.
So that's discarded. And we get 1 more. And then we have to draw 3 and choose 2 and discard the other one.
So halfway through the game, and Europe has some
catching up to do.
Catch up.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So move on to 10-11.
So
These 2 cards again.
I think it's going to be difficult for either of us to score at the end of the next turn.
Yeah, it's next go, isn't it? Yeah.
So
Okay.
NATO has a lot of armies.
Yeah.
Maybe your
On 10.
12 initiative.
You go first.
So I feel I need a little more money in the Russian economy, so I'm going to use northwestern federal districts to take 2 rubles. And I use secret services to build an army in Moscow.
Okay. I'm gonna, because I've got control of the Baltic, I'm gonna move an army into the sea from Denmark.
Mm-hmm. At no cost.
At no cost, yeah. And then I am going to play Benelux, pay €2 and put your NATO influence into Hungary.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to play Turkey and increase that up to 5. And that's them done.
Okay, so on to turn 12. So it looks like neither of us will score
Yeah.
unless we shift the situation dramatically.
Okay.
So I'm looking at future scoring opportunities.
Yeah, actually, I've got to. Sorry, I need to shuffle my hand and redraw.
A lot of decision making taking place on both sides.
Yes. Okay.
So my initiative is 10.
And 4.
Okay. So I'm going to play the president to take 3 more rubles. Building up some reserves. And I'll play my Ukraine card to place an influence at a cost of 2 rubles into Armenia.
Okay.
You can react against the Russian agitation, increasing influence, EU or NATO influence by 1 up to a maximum of 5.
Okay.
Again, the situation is so tense in Ukraine, I think that...
Yeah. Okay, so I am going to play Austria. Pay 2 to place EU to the Western Balkans. And then I'm going to play Finland and pay 2 to place influence into the Eastern Balkans.
Moved by the EU into the Balkans. You're looking at long-term opportunities there.
Okay. So we've got a result, so we draw back up to 4. Oh, actually, sorry, and I can do a free action each turn of moving. So I am going to move. I can move a free action to Germany, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, or Poland. So I'm going to move from Benelux into Germany as a free action.
Okay. So we resolve the scoring in Azerbaijan and Georgia. The EU has no influence at all. So the Baku-Tbilisi-Ceylan pipeline will not be built.
No.
And in the Baltics, Russia has no influence. So no cyber warfare waged on Estonia.
Let's shift those. We've got to place another one. Okay.
So Russia's looking towards a future Eurasian Economic Union.
Yes, I'm looking at Moldavia. Moldavia.
Revolution, Moldova. So on to turn 13.
Okay. Have you drawn back up to 3 as well?
Yes. Oh, no. Russia's feeling quietly confident at the moment.
Yeah, you're doing very well. That might discard that. What's your rate?
Is there a little cheating going on there?
I don't know if it was or not. Was you on 8 or 9? Sorry.
So my initiative is 5.
12.
You go first.
Okay. So I'm going to pay. So I'm going to play an Advantage Europe card, gain €1 for each contested region that has more European influence than Russian. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll give €5 for that. Then I'm going to pay. Playing Denmark, I'm going to pay €2. Put some EU influence into Moldova, and then I'm going to play Germany to gain 4 more influence in there, up to 5, and take the Moldova card.
I can see you're pushing for the Great Revolution. Okay. Okay, I'm going to use my Black Sea card. At cost of 3 rubles, I can build an army in the Black Sea without taking an action.
Yeah, I've got to move my fleet again, that's annoying.
And for my actions, I will play the Poland card to gain 3 rubles. And as a reaction to the Russian aggression, you can add 1 influence in Poland to a maximum of 5.
Okay.
So you have no NATO influence, so you can't add any
No.
additional, and EU influence can increase by 5. And for my other card, I will place 3 influence in Armenia to increase it to 4.
Okay.
So
Roll back up.
we move on to turn 14. We're going to score at the end of the turn.
Okay.
My initiative is 3.
Mine's 5.
Are you hoping to get second?
Oh, and a little. So I'm going to use my free move of a NATO army in Germany and Poland to move into Poland to take that down to 5. And then Okay, so I'm going to play this one for its action. If you have 6 in the Czech Republic, you can increase Hungary or Poland up to 6. So I'll take them up to 6. So that's that one done. And then I'm going to play this one for movement. I'm going to move an army 1 into Austria for free, and then I'll pay a euro, and I'll move an army there.
Okay, so I want to deny you part air base in Hungary, and I want to establish the war in the Donbass region of the Ukraine, so I have a lot to do this turn. And I'm going to move an army from the Black Sea using my Azerbaijan card. So we'll move into Hungary. It's movement of 2, so it costs me 1 ruble. And our armies will fight to the death. And in Ukraine, you have a reaction. So in Armenia, you can add an EU or NATO die for free.
Okay.
At a very good war.
In Armenia.
And with my other cards, I will move an army from Moscow to regions into Ukraine at the cost of a ruble.
Okay. You done?
Yeah.
On the resolve phase. So Hungary, more NATO and army against Russia, no. And Ukraine 2 armies, which you have got, so you get 2 points for that one. You shift along. And choose another one. Okay.
I was forced to play a Europe scoring card. So lots of opportunities for NATO.
Gosh, okay.
So we take
Okay. You've moved up at me, so go back up to.
So Moldova.
Okay. On 13.
Initiative is 9.
I'll go first. I'll play Italy to place initiative into Belarus for the cost of 2. And then I'll play United Kingdom to increase that up to 5.
Okay. So I feel I need to counter the growing EU influence in Belarus. So I will play energy sector and spend. No, I'll They energy sector to gain 3 rubles, I feel like. Need to replenish the reserves. And Southern Federal District, I play this to place an influence in Belarus at a cost of 2 rubles.
Okay.
Turn 16. Europe is deliberating long and hard.
Okay.
My initiative is 12.
Mine is 12. So I think I'll go first again, don't I? Okay, so I'm going to use my movement card to move an army for 3. And I'm going to move into Sweden. So I'll remember to do that. I've missed it a couple of times. Okay. Then I'm going to play Spain and Portugal to add 3 to Moldavia up to 6. I'm going to play France to add 4, which I think Belarus up to 6.
Strong move by Europe. You've prepared the Great Revolution and you're denying Eurasian Economic Union in Armenia and Belarus. So I think Russia needs to react.
I'm sure we better do something to that, yeah.
So I'm going to use an advantage card. Hybrid warfare allows me to place an army for free in a contested region that borders Russia. So I'll place an army into Belarus.
That'll take me down to 5 and take your arm off.
This job is done. And then I'll play Secret Services to increase my influence in Belarus by 3 to 4. And Northwestern Federal District to increase my influence a further 2 to 6. I'll take the Belarus card into my discard pile. Probably a mixed blessing.
Okay, and then that's it. And we score. So Moldavia, he's got 6, so I'll score that, so I get 2. And you've got Armenia more than Europe, and Belarus more than Europe, so you get 3. Okay.
Europe has a lot of catching up to do.
And you just slightly shift, and we just place a new headline card.
So I'm aiming for Hungary, where Russia has no influence currently. And you're aiming for Czechoslovakia. NATO doesn't have any influence there either.
No.
And in the next headline phase, you're looking for a lot of the NATO influence. Eastern Balkans, Poland. So we'll move on to turn 17. My initiative is 10.
8.
Okay, I go first. Now to frustrate your plans, I think I need some Russian influence in Eastern Balkans. So I'm going to play the Ukraine card and spend 2 rubles to place my first influence in that region. Eastern Balkans. And as a reaction, as ever, you can increase your influence in Ukraine up to a maximum of 5. And President card, I will use that to increase my influence in the Eastern Balkans by 3.
Okay. I'm going to play Benelux for 3 and Greece for, well, I'll get 3 for Benelux. Greece I'm going to play to...
So Benelux is paying the EU's deficit.
It's paying to NATO, yes. So I'm going to go into the Baltics with an EU, with a NATO force, costing 2.
Okay. So we move on to turn 18. We're going to be resolving the 2 headline cards. A lot of potential for Europe, but Russia's going to do its best to deny you,
yes.
to prevent NATO encroachment close to its borders.
Okay, then. Let's get it. Okay, I'm going to play those 2. So I'm at 9.
My initiative is 4.
Okay, I'm going to go first. I'm going to play messed up big time, got no money.
So it looks like you're not prepared for to
No.
build a missile defence.
No, I'm definitely not prepared for that. So I'm going to put, I'm going to pay 2 to make it there. I'm going to increase NATO in the Baltics by 4 up to 5, and I am going to move an army from France to Germany.
You can do that free with the Baltic Sea.
I didn't start in Germany. Europe can move armies in Germany, Denmark, Norway, Sweden or Poland, 1 space without taking action. It started in France, so I don't think that counts. I could move one from here somewhere, so I could move that one. That'd be a free one. I'll put that into there for now. Into there. It's the free action.
Okay. So NATO has no influence in Poland, so you're won't be able to score for the new NATO command posts. And without the NATO influence in Poland, the missile defence shield also won't be built.
That's
so
right.
I think Russia is going to look towards the later scoring. In Hungary, there's an opportunity there to score a point. So let's take some money with news media, gives me 2 rubles. And then I'll play Azerbaijan to place an influence in Hungary. And as a reaction, you can place influence in Azerbaijan or increase by 1 up to a maximum of 5.
In Azerbaijan?
In Armenia.
So increase it by 1?
By 1, or you can place a NATO value of 1.
Okay, I don't think it's going to make any difference, is it? I'm going to go up by 1. Okay, is that both yours done? You need to resolve, don't you? So neither of these two are going to score because I haven't got enough NATO stuff out.
No.
Went Euro heavy and I've got no NATO on board.
NATO's unprepared.
Yeah. You slide along. Resolve and shift. There's no don't place any new ones. Okay.
So these will be the final scoring.
And here on to turn 19. Draw 1, I'll shuffle my deck again. Sorry, I'm just reading the reactions on these cards. Get some money there. Okay. Number 8.
My initiative is 9.
You first.
So I want to continue my focus on Hungary. I'm going to play Northwestern Federal District to increase my influence in Hungary to 3. The Belarus card, I'll use that to increase my influence in Hungary up to 5. You have a reaction. In the Baltics, you may move a NATO army to the Baltics.
From anywhere?
That's only if I use this. Only if I use this effect in the Baltics, which I didn't. I used it in Hungary, so there's no effect.
Okay. My turn. So I am going to play Sweden for the money and get 3 more. And then I am going to play Denmark to place NATO influence at a cost of 2. Okay, last turn. I think I've been sufficiently outmanoeuvred. Okay.
initiative is 10.
Mine's 5.
So I go first. So I'm looking to increase my influence in Hungary. I think I need to move an army in first of all. Use the president to move an army from Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
This will reduce the EU influence down to 5.
Yeah.
And then I'll use my Ukraine card to increase Russian influence by 1. And as a reaction, as always in Ukraine, you can increase your influence up to a maximum of 5.
Okay. So I can I'm going to play my Ukraine card for movement. I can move my army from Poland, because Poland is one of the places I can move for free. So I can have a free movement, check. Then I'm going to use this for movement, which will also be free. And I'll put it into there and take that down to 5.
So you've denied my ability to build the Rosatom nuclear reactors.
And then, it's still not going enough for that, is it? And then I'm going to play this. It's not going to make any difference. This allows you to put, if I've got 6 in Czechoslovakia, I can add 2 to Hungary or to Poland, and to Poland. So I can put Hungary, doesn't really matter, you haven't beaten me there, so it doesn't just, I'll put that up to 6. And if you have 6 in there, and that's already at 6, so I can't do anything else there. So, yeah, that's it. That's the end of turn 20, isn't it? So I think it's just resolving that. So nobody scores there again. So then you just have to go through the effects on at the end of the game for dominance. So you get 1 for each region where you've got a 6 supposed to dominance at the end of the game. So in the same way as the thing, yeah. So anywhere where you've got a 6 influence, you get a 1 point.
So
1, 2, 3. You've got 3 6s.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 2, 3, 4. We've both got 1 advantage card we haven't played, so we both got 1. And headlines, the dominance, and their advantage cards determines the winner. That's it. So that was a complete whopping. Well done. Fantastic. Very, very difficult to know how to keep on reacting. It is all about